Hi, hello, good morning to everybody. This is Dr. Jagadish Narendra Prasad once again, SL Botany from Chaitanya Gosala campus. So, today, yesterday we had a long discussion about how to attempt NEET examination and what are the precautions we have to take to get a medical seat in first attempt. All the details we have discussed in the yesterday class, right? Yes. So today, now let us start one by one chapter. Like first today, I'm going to discuss about living world. Living world. So one thing you have to remember before entering into our discussion, let me clarify. Don't expect that all the details I'm going to give from this chapter. It is just like a trial released before a movie. So what I'm going to do here is just I'll be explaining some of the basic things and basic terminology in every chapter to make you familiar with that terminology. Before coming to the physical classes or offline classes, you must be familiar with some of the basic terminology so that it will become very easy for you to follow once our offline classes begins. Understood? So now I'm going with living world. In that I'll be discussing about diversity in the living world. So in the diversity of living world, before entering into this chapter, let me tell a few details regarding this chapter. This is the chapter where we are going to know how many different kinds of species are present on this world, and you are also going to know what is the procedure we are following to recognize these species, to name these species, and to classify them. And we are also going to know various categories that we made to understand various living organisms present on our world. This is what you are going to know in this chapter. So first, let me give some basic details. As I said now, I'm going to make you familiar with some of the basic terminology which are essential before entering into the actual chapter. Okay? Now I'm asking you, don't keep your NCERT books with you and don't open it. Just concentrate whatever I am explaining here. Just concentrate and write wherever it is essential on a rough notebook. Okay? So just write on the rough notebook, because this terminology is very important. You don't get some of the definitions in the NCERT book directly. So you need to maintain a rough notebook from here onwards. Write whatever that I'm explaining in the classroom in the notebook. Maintain that book this total bridge course period. Once you come to the offline classes, this book is very helpful for you, because you will have all that basic terminology whenever teacher goes on explaining the concepts related to the particular topic. Wherever you get stuck up for understanding about the terminology, you can refer this book. So this is the way you have to follow. So don't use NCERT book now, keep aside. Now let me start. What are the basic terminology that we are going to discuss? Before that, you all know that if you observe around you, there are so many kinds of living organisms are present. Let me take an example, simple example. Take your home. At your home, there are different types of living organisms are present. Who are they? Yourself, your mother, father, children, your brothers or siblings. Apart from you, if you have any pet, that pet is also growing along with you. Say a dog or some other thing. Apart from that, there is also cockroaches in some houses. There is also lizards in some houses, right? So if you take just only your house, different kinds of organisms are present. Similarly, if you increase your area of, and remember, there are also some organisms in your home itself, or in a house itself, that you cannot see with your naked eye. That you cannot see with your naked eye. Such organisms are also existing. Understood? So, yeah, some people are saying ants and some saying snake. Oh, they are also growing snake. So so we have to be far from such people. So it's okay. So what I mean to tell you is, there are macroscopic organisms are present around you. There are also microscopic organisms that you cannot see with your naked eye. Do you know how your mother prepare a batter used for making dosa and idli? First, you are taking the dough, and which is mixed with water, and you are fermenting the whole night. How this fermentation is carried? With the help of microbes. And where are these microbes are coming? From your kitchen environment. From your kitchen environment. Understood? So microorganisms are also present. In the similarly, if you increase your area of observation, like if you take the whole city, your city, say if you are staying in Vijayawada, if you take whole Vijayawada, or if you are staying in Anantapur or some other place, Kakinada, Vizag, something, etc., etc. So if you increase the area of observation, then number of kinds and types and range of living organisms is also going to be increased. Understood? Number of kinds of organisms and range of organisms are also increasing. Now all these species, all these different kinds of organisms, we can call it as species. Now all these species together called biodiversity. What is it called? Biodiversity. So biodiversity is nothing but different number and types of organisms present on the earth itself is called biodiversity. Now if you see this entire world, like our earth is comprising around 1.7 to 1.8 millions of species. Remember, how many species? 1.7 to 1.8 millions of species. I am not saying the number of individuals. Don't get confused. Be clear. This 1.7 to 1.8 millions, it is number of kinds of species. Take for example mango. Mangifera indica is one species. How many plants are present on this world, like on our earth? This mango plants. There are so many. There are billions of plants are there, isn't it? So many mango plants are there. Similarly, take our human being, Homo sapien. What is our number total? What is the population of human in the world? So many. But we are belonging to one species. This species, number of species represents this number. Like 1.7 to 1.8 represents number of kinds of species, not the total number of living organisms present on this earth. It is not the total number. It is just number of kinds of species that you have to remember. You know why I am stressing this much? Just to explain a simple thing, because this will also appear in the NEET in the form of a statement, or in the form of assertion region, or in the form of a multiple choice question. Say in the NEET, sometimes they ask you the earth biodiversity, the earth contain 1.7 to 1 millions of organisms. Is it true or false? Tell me. Let me check how many of you are exactly following. .7 to 1.8 organisms they give. Is it true or false? Yeah, good, good, good. So many of them are started saying false. That's good. So it is not the total number of organisms. This 1.7 to 1.8 indicates what? It indicates number of kinds of species. What does it indicate? Number of kinds of species. That many species are there. And you also know that all these different species present on this earth are known with our local languages. Let me tell one example. For example, chili. Chili is an English word, right? The same chili in Hindi, it is called mirchi. In Telugu, it is called mirapa. In Kannada, it is called menchunkai. See, the same plant in different languages, it has different names. If you go to a remote village of North India and ask them about mirapa, they cannot understand anything. Similarly, if a North Indian come to the remote village of Andhra Pradesh, if he asks about mirchi, I mean chili, he cannot understand. This problem is existed. Understood? Therefore, it is to avoid this kind of confusion. It is essential. It is essential to provide a correct scientific name to a known organism. What kind of name? Correct scientific name to a known organism. So such names, whatever you are giving, such names, such naming procedure has some advantages. Let me tell some advantages. Number one, if you give correct scientific name, then if you describe about such plant, the people present throughout the world can reach to that particular organism only. Number two, this scientific procedure of giving name also helps us to have only one correct name for each individual species. Only one correct name for each individual species. Understood? This is second advantage. And the third advantage is such name has not been given to any other organism. Any other organism. So, these many advantages are there for nomenclature, naming procedure. This procedure of giving a correct scientific name to a known organism itself is called nomenclature. What is it called? Nomenclature. So, nomenclature is a procedure of giving correct scientific name to a known organism. This you have to remember. But one thing we have to know that nomenclature is possible only when organism is correctly identified. Understood? Nomenclature is possible. You can name or you can give a particular name to an organism, scientific name to an organism, only when it is correctly identified. Correctly identified in the sense you must know whether it is an animal or plant or protistian or prokaryote or fungi or some other. Understood? This is one thing. If it is a plant, again you must know whether it is a algal member or bryophytic member or pteridophytic member or gymnospermic member or angiospermic member. If it is again angiospermic member, you must also know whether it is dicot or monocot. If it is dicot, again you must know its family, its genus, its species. Understood? That means for giving a scientific name, what is the thing which is first required? Identification. Which one is required? Identification. So, identification is nothing but it is a process of determining whether a collected specimen is already known or unknown. What is it? It is a process of determining whether collected specimen is already known or unknown. Understood? This is very important. Known or unknown. This is called identification. You can, if you want, you can write. So, I told you about nomenclature. So, what is nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but it's a process of giving correct scientific name to a known organism. Known organism. That is nomenclature. And identification is nothing but it is a process of determining whether collected specimen is already known or unknown. Whether the collected specimen is already known or unknown. So that is called identification. Understood? So let me use the blackboard so that your problem of not seeing invisibility of board will be clear. I'll then come back to this PowerPoint. So let me go with the blackboard first. Yeah. So now I said about identification. And I also said about nomenclature. So what is identification? Identification is nothing but it is process of determining whether a collected specimen is already known or unknown. That is identification. What is nomenclature? Nomenclature is nothing but giving a correct scientific name to the known organism. Correct scientific name to the known organism. That is nomenclature. Now in the third step, once naming is completed, in the third step, you have to go with classification. What is the next step? Classification. That means first you are recognizing whether a collected specimen is already known or unknown, and then if it is unknown, then you are giving a correct scientific name to it. After naming, then you are categorizing that particular organism to a specific category or group on the basis of characters. This procedure itself is called classification. What is it? Classification. So classification is nothing but it is a process of categorizing organisms into different groups or categories on the basis of simple observable characters. Simple observable characters. This procedure itself is called classification. Very, 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 very important. Understood? So, now I have a simple question for you. For identification, to identify any organism, whether it is known or unknown, what is the thing which is required in prior before going for identification? Which one is a prerequisite, simply to say, prerequisite for identification? Understood? Can anybody tell? What is a prerequisite for identification? So I am observing the messages. So I am not getting any answer from any of you. Yeah, one guy said observation. Good. Next, any more? Yeah. Yes, yes, I'll write the definition. Don't worry. Yes, keen observation. Okay, good. So, simply to say, characterization. What is it? Characterization. That is essential. Characterization in the sense observing specific characters of organisms. That is characterization. And the second thing, what is it? Identification. Identification is nothing but it is process of determining whether a collected specimen is already known or unknown. Known or unknown. Next, the third one, nomenclature. Nomenclature is nothing but giving a correct scientific name. Scientific name, not a local name. It's a scientific name. Next, the next one, classification. It's grouping organisms into convenient categories. Grouping organisms into convenient categories. This is called classification. Have you got the clarity now? Have you got the clarity? Yes. Thank you. So, this is what you can see here. So, convenient category is nothing but the category, the word category, scientifically called, the scientific term that we are using for category is taxon. What is it? Taxon. So, taxon is a scientific word used for the category. So, it is scientific word for category. Understood? Now, so the study that deals with all these aspects, I'm discussing here many aspects, right? This study that deals with all these aspects itself is called taxonomy. What is this study called? Taxonomy. So, taxonomy deals with characterization, identification, nomenclature, classification. These are all the things that we are going to learn in taxonomy. Or simply, you can give another definition for taxonomy, that is, taxonomy is nothing but it is a process of grouping organisms into different taxa. Different taxa. So, classification of organisms into different taxa. Taxa is plural term, taxon singular term. Remember, taxon, it is singular, taxa plural. Have you got the clarity? What is taxon? Is it singular or plural? You have to respond. You have to give the answer. Taxon. Is it singular or plural? Taxon, I am saying. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Sorry for the interruption. There was a technical issue here. That's why my class stuck up for some time. Yeah, there was some technical issue. That's why some time you had a short lag period. I'm extremely sorry for it. So it's all technical issue. Okay. Yeah. Now come back to our discussion. So I was explaining about taxonomy. So taxonomy is nothing but it is the process of classifying or grouping organisms into different taxa. That is called taxonomy. So what is taxon? What is taxon? Taxon is nothing but it is a scientific word used for category. Let me give still simple way of understanding, categorization or classification. Take your home. Take your home. So in your home, you are keeping dining set in the dining hall, sofa set and other furniture in the main room, and the beds and other things in the bedroom. You are not keeping dining table in the hall or bed in the kitchen, right? That means your household things you are categorizing into different categories, like you are keeping some things in one room and some other things in other room. In that way you are categorizing. Similarly, living organisms are also categorized. They are also divided into different groups on the basis of simple observable characters. This process itself is called classification. Now the term category that we are using is also called taxon. Of course, there is a minor difference between taxon and category that you can understand later, like once you come to the offline classes. I will give you much more details about this taxon and category. Just here I am just making you become familiar with only terminology. So this is about the taxonomy. So are you clear now? Now let us move with another terminology, that is systematics. Systematics. Systematics is nothing but it is a study that deals with different kinds of organisms, their distribution, and you are also knowing about relationship that they have. You will be knowing about different kinds of organisms, their distribution, the relationship that they have, and it also gives importance, like it also explains about identification, nomenclature, and classification. And one more important thing, the modern systematics also takes into the account of evolutionary relationships. So it also consider evolutionary relationships. So these are all studied under systematics. And this term systematics, this is called systematics. Okay. So under systematics, you are studying about different kinds of organisms, their distribution, where are they distributed, like in what kind of habitat they are present, the relationship that they have. Say for example, one plant will be having relation with other one, or plants and animals also have relationship. Identification, nomenclature, classification, this is also studied in systematics. And you will also take into the consideration of evolutionary relationship. Evolutionary relationship is also called phylogeny. Phylogeny. So these are all studied under systematics. And here you must know that the systematics word was first given by Linnaeus. Who is it? Linnaeus, Carolus von Linnaeus. Linnaeus was the first man to use the term systematics. He used the term systematics for his book, as a title of his book, that is Systema naturae. Systema naturae. So who wrote the book Systema naturae? Carolus Linnaeus. Who is it? Carolus Linnaeus. Understood? So, and actual meaning, systematics is nothing but systema means arrangement. Systema, the word systema indicates that arrangement of things. If you arrange the plants, it is plant systematics. If you arrange animals, it is animal systematics. Understood? So, systematics, systema means what? Arrangement. And who used this term systematics first? It was used by Carolus Linnaeus. I will show you even the picture of Carolus Linnaeus just like after 5 minutes. So, that is the importance of systematics. Got it? So, now let me go with PDF once again. I think all of you have copied this information present on the board, right? So, so as I said now, there is systematics. So, what is systematics? Systematics is nothing but arrangement of things. So, it deals with evolutionary relationships also. So, that is the importance of systematics. And this word systematics was used by whom? It was used by Carolus Linnaeus. Carolus Linnaeus. So, this is the man who used the term systematics. Understood? Next. So, taxonomy deals with characterization, identification, nomenclature, and classification. Systematics has some additional roles, that it not only explains about different kinds of organisms, their distribution, their relationship, it also covers identification, nomenclature, classification, and it also considers evolutionary relationships. This is what we have to know. I think you are now familiar with the term taxonomy, systematics, and I also said about what is nomenclature, what is identification, what is classification, right? And I also said about taxa. Just remember all these terminology, whatever I explained in the today class. In the tomorrow class, we are going to discuss some details with respect to nomenclature procedure. I told you that nomenclature is nothing but scientific method of giving naming, right? So, what are the scientific rules that we are following to name the living organisms? That I am going to explain in the tomorrow class. And I will also give some details with respect to, classification of organisms. So, these are all the things that I am going to cover in the tomorrow class. By tomorrow, we will complete the basic terminology which is required to understand living world. And from day after tomorrow onwards, we will go with biological classification. Okay. So, this is what today's class, and we'll meet again tomorrow at 11:40. I think tomorrow is Sunday, so maybe we'll meeting again on Monday at 11:40. Thank you very much. Thank you.